Hey everyone, welcome back to the Jays Nest, and we're here to talk about Tatsuya Imai. And there is big news with him, a lot of coincidences going on, some conspiracies. So, first off, I love me a chubby pitcher. I want this guy in this skin-tight outfit. I think it'll be hilarious having him on the mound. But what else will be hilarious? He is a dominant pitcher, and he might not cost that much in terms of, like Tarek Skubal was $400 million. You might be able to get Imai for like $120 million. And he's 27, so you're going to get a lot of his prime years. You're not paying for a guy who's going to be going into his 38, 39s. And even if the guy wants like a 6 or 7 year deal, again, what's he going to be at the end of it? 33, 34? You're not paying for a guy who's going to be his arms falling off. He's at 38, 39, 37. We all know as you age, injury risk becomes an issue and velocity goes down. So why are we talking about him? So let's take a look at what we got going on here. And this is number one. Okay. So first off, Easton Lucas was released by the Jays. Now, most people didn't think anything of this, but Easton Lucas had a contract. Okay. And it was only a few days ago. The Jays could have just said, yeah, we're not going to renew his contract. We save $800,000 by Easton Lucas. They didn't do that. They left him on the 40-man roster. They guaranteed his salary for next year, his pre-arbitration contract. And then, all of a sudden, after the deadline, which was only a few days ago, they release him. Now Easton Lucas says, you know what? I'm going to go play in Asia. I'm going to go play in Japan. That's besides the point. He was not going to do that if they didn't release him. And the reason why all of this is interesting is because look right here. So Imai, interviewed by Daisuke, former Japanese great pitcher in the majors, says, of course I'd enjoy playing alongside Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Sasaki, but winning against a team like that and becoming a world champion would be the most valuable thing in my life. If anything, I'd rather take them down. So he goes on in the interview to say how he wants to be the only Japanese player on a team, and he wants to beat the Dodgers. So Jays tick off both of those boxes. Now, let's take this with a grain of salt. There's two things that could be true, right? He can sign with another team that has no Japanese player, and they aren't the Dodgers, but it doesn't mean that he wants that to happen, okay? It could also mean that the Dodgers aren't interested in him. They aren't pursuing him. So this is a nice, easy thing for him to say to drum up some more market interest in him, right? Now, those two things could all be true. Because if you think about the Dodgers, think of the World Series with the Jays. Ohtani was the number 4 pitcher. And they had Suzuki in the bullpen who spurned the Jays the winter before in the international market. So they have 5 awesome starters, all relatively young. So it could just be that the Dodgers have no interest in him. And hey, what better way to get the teams who are chasing the Dodgers to go after you? Knowing like, oh, we're not wasting our time with this guy. He doesn't want to be an LA Dodger like everybody else. Let's go after him. Plus, he doesn't require a compensation pick. Oh man, this is my number 1 pitcher I want the Jays to get. After that, obviously, I'd love Fabler Valdez, and then there's some other guys down there I'd like as well. But this is my number 1 guy because he doesn't come with a compensation pick, and I just think he's going to be really, really good. But the Easton Lucas thing is really interesting because it does mean they're freeing up a spot on the 40-man roster for something. Easton Lucas is going to go on and play. He forfeits that contract if he loses. If he leaves and goes to play in Japan. So he can't double dip and get paid by the Jays $800K and go elsewhere. He probably just thinks he can make more money in Japan. And then maybe he resurrects his career and he comes back and plays again in the majors. But Easton Lucas did not tell the Jays, I want to go play in Japan. Please release me. It was the opposite order. So that's how you know the Jays may imminently be about to sign a pitcher. Let's hope that it's this guy or someone else prominent. And let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think these two things, Easton Lucas and Imai coming out and saying this, are connected? Like, subscribe, leave a comment.